We continue exercise 15.1, question number 3. I read the question, you can pay attention. Why is tossing a coin considered to be a fair way of deciding which team should get the ball at the beginning of a football game? This we must have observed before they start a game. They toss a coin to identify who is going to start. So here why it is considered to be a fair way? We understand this answer. Since in tossing a coin, the outcomes head or tail are equally likely. Equal chances are there to get head or tail. Therefore, the result of tossing a coin is completely unpredictable, and so it is a fair way. Hope you understood. Head or tail, equal chances are there to get head or tail. Therefore, tossing a coin is considered to be a fair way. Fourth question is, which of the following cannot be the probability of an event? 4 options are given here. We know any probability takes the value right from 0 till 1. The first number is 2 upon 3. We find it lies between this range. The second answer is minus 1.5. It is a negative number. It is not included in this range. Therefore, minus 1.5 cannot be the probability of an event. We go to fifth question. If P of E is 0.05, then what is the probability of not E? Not E. It is E dash or E bar. Its probability is asked here. Just now we studied a result involving these two, that is probability of getting an event plus probability of not getting the same event is equal to 1. So P of E is given as 0.05, that is replaced, plus P of E bar is equal to 1. Therefore P of E bar is 1 minus 0.05, which is equal to 0.95. Sixth question is, a bag contains lemon flavored candies only. The bag contains lemon flavored candies only. Malini takes out one candy without looking into the bag. What is the probability that she takes out an orange flavored candy? And the second subdivision is lemon flavored candy. We should understand the question clearly here. The bag has only one flavored. Which flavored? Lemon flavored candy the bag contains. Therefore, there is no possibility of getting any other flavor, that we should remember here. So here number of candies are not given. So we have assumed let number of candies in the bag be equal to X. It contains only lemon flavored. Therefore, the bag contains only lemon flavored. Number of lemon flavored is also equal to X. Equal to X. Number of lemon flavored candies also equal to X. And number of orange flavored candies. Orange flavored candies, there is no orange flavored candies in the bag. Therefore, its number is equal to 0. The first question is, find the probability of getting an orange flavored candy. So, the result is number of favorable outcomes divided by number of all possible outcomes. Favorable outcomes of an orange flavored candy is 0, that is substituted. Total number of candies in the bag equal to X. Therefore, replaced by X, 0 upon X becomes 0. Therefore, the value of probability of getting an orange flavored candy is equal to 0. The second subdivision is find the probability of a lemon flavored candy. Number of favorable outcomes divided by number of all possible outcomes. It is lemon flavored. How many lemon flavored candies are there? X. How many total number of candies in the bag? That is also X. Therefore, X upon X we get it is equal to 1. Seventh question, I read. It is given that in a group of 3 students, the probability of 2 students not having the same birthday is 0.992. What is the probability that the 2 students have the same birthday? So here we are given P of A. The question is find out P of A bar. So let the probability of two students having same birthday be P of A. The probability of two students not having the same birthday is equal to P of A bar. We know that P of A plus P of A bar is equal to what? Equal to 1. We are given here P of A bar is 0.992 and we are asked to find out here P of A. Not having is given in the question and we are asked to find out P of A. Therefore, P of A is 1 minus P of A bar, which is equal to 0.008. Question number 8 is, a bag contains 3 red balls and 5 black balls. A ball is drawn at random from the bag. What is the probability that the ball drawn is red in color? The second one is not red in color. So as before, first we find total number of outcomes. 3 balls are red, 5 balls are black. Therefore 3 plus 5 equal to 8 gives total number of possible outcomes. P of A is assumed as probability that the ball drawn is red. Therefore total of red balls we know it is equal to 3. Therefore favorable outcomes is equal to 3. Using the result, number of outcomes favorable to A upon number of all possible outcomes, we get 3 number of red balls divided by total number of balls, that is equal to 8. And P of B be the probability that the ball drawn is not red. So from 8 we have subtracted 3. So number of outcomes favorable becomes 5 divided by the total number of outcomes, which is 8. Therefore P of B is 5 upon 8. We go to question number 13. In between sums you can try for homework. Very simple. 13th sum is, a die is thrown once. A die is thrown once. Find the probability of getting a prime number. Second subdivision is a number lying between 2 and 6. And the third case, an odd number. When a die is thrown, number 1 may appear, or 2 or 3 up to 6. Therefore, number of all possible outcomes equal to 6. I have assumed P of A is the probability of getting a prime number. Out of 6, which are the prime numbers? 2, 3 and 5. So how many prime numbers are there? There are 3 prime numbers. So this is number of favorable outcomes. So number of outcomes favorable to A is equal to 3. Using the result, P of A equals number of outcomes favorable to A upon total number of all possible outcomes. 3 is the favorable outcome. Total number of outcomes 6. Simplifying, we are getting it is equal to half. The second subdivision is P of B is assumed as the probability of getting a number lying between 2 and 6. Between 2 and 6. Which are the numbers between 2 and 6? 3, 4 and 5. So how many numbers are in between? There are 3 numbers. Therefore number of outcomes favorable to B is equal to 3. Using the numbers in the result, we get P of B equal to 3 upon 6, which is equal to 1 upon 2. And the third subdivision is P of C be the probability of getting an odd number. Out of 6 numbers, how many odd numbers are there? There are 3 odd numbers. They are 1, 3, 5. These are the 3 odd numbers in the total outcome. So how many odd numbers? There are 3 odd numbers. So 3 stands for number of outcomes favorable to C. Therefore P of C is 3 upon 6, which is equal to 1 upon 2.